Hello everyone, welcome. It's Samantha here of Samantha Sutherland Art and Books. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here for a while, welcome back. It's lovely to have you all here. Now this morning I was watching YouTube. I wasn't feeling too great, so I was taking my time getting up, shall we say. And I was watching Criminoli, who has done a book tag. It's the My Dream Bookstore book tag. So apparently the question is, if you are independently wealthy and you could open up a bookstore, what kind of bookstore would it be? There are 9 questions, and then there's the number 10, which is tagging people. So I thought I'll have a crack at this. It sounds interesting, and I have been thinking about this for quite a while. I usually go to my husband when we win the lottery. I'm going to open up a bookshop and a wool shop, so I figured, why not get involved with this? So the first question in my dream bookstore book tag is, what are the hours of operation? Now, I would say probably 9 to 5, like any normal shop. But during Halloween and Christmas, I would want to open up for a little bit later, so in the evenings people could get the last minute things they need, especially with Christmas presents as well. And obviously I'd have someone open the shop for me because of my chronic illness. So yeah, that's what I would do. I'd have it 9 to 5, probably Monday to Sunday, and the odd season of opening late, maybe like one night a week opening late, like a Thursday or something, just because. Is there ambient music? What kind? There would be. I think for me it would be classical music or something like lo-fi, something without words, because I think if you are in a bookshop and you're trying to have a chat with your friend about a book, or you're trying to read a book, you might get a bit distracted by anything with lyrics. Plus also, if you can't get the music license, you're stuck with that awful cover music like Hobbycraft has. Oh, it's awful. So I would say classical music is probably the best bet, or lo-fi. I'm a big fan of lo-fi. Is there a coffee bar? Do you serve alcohol? There would be a cafe. Yeah, let's just get it out there. There would be somewhere for light snacks, cakes, tea, and coffee. Definitely. It's my favorite kind of a bookshop to go to. And I would say alcohol. I don't drink myself for obvious medical reasons, as in, I've mentioned this a few times now, I have a lack of pancreas. And sorry, I've just had my tea. And I would say there is a bookshop, it's called, is it Simply Books in Bramall? They've done like wine and book nights where they've had an author in, and they've done like a Q&A thing, and they've had them done an activity with them and sign the books and things. So they've kind of done like a glass of champagne and meet the author thing. I'd probably do something like that if it was a special occasion. But other than that, it would definitely be tea or coffee. Let's have a look. Our patrons, not Patreons, that's something completely different. Are patrons encouraged to linger? Are there comfy chairs? What kind of lighting? Are there tables? Are there areas for group gatherings? Yes and yes. Patrons would hopefully want to linger. And yes, there would be comfy chairs. I think comfy chairs and bookshops go together like milk and tea. It's a need. It's a necessity. I love a bookshop with a chair that you can sit on, whether it's to read the book before you buy it and take it home, or just to sit and get 5 minutes of rest before you walk around the bookshop or anything. Also, if you have a spouse who doesn't like shopping too much and they get fed up walking around shops with you, you can leave them on the comfy bench or the comfy chair, and then go off and do your book shopping. And with kids, because I'd have a kids area, big kids area, there would be comfy chairs, a big comfy sofa, there'd be bean bags, so you can share the reading of a book with a child. Or there might be something where the children need to sit down because they're also bored and they want to sit down and just get away from walking around anymore. I think, yeah, definitely chairs are important. Lighting. Yeah, well, good lighting, I think, is very important. For me, if I've been in a couple of bookshops before and I've been trying to read the book, and to be honest, my eyesight's getting worse. And when it gets to it being a little bit too dismal in a shop, it's not that inviting either, really. You don't really want to you can't really see what you're doing much, and also it just ruins trying to kind of look at the books on the bookshelves. So I would say good lighting, lots of lamps involved. I love retro lamps. I love Tiffany lamps. I'd have loads of them all around the shop, and good lighting as well, so that you can see what you are looking at, because I think that is important. So that was question number 4. Tables. Oh, that's a good point. I would have tables as well. I think because in my head my bookshop is now a really huge space. I think it'd be nice to invite game players as well. You might have a section for geekery, nerdery. I mean, I'm a big nerd myself, big geek. I don't do role play games or board games, not like the proper like D&D things, or what's the one my husband likes to is it World of Warcraft? No, it's not. It's another one with the little, yeah, that. You could have a space for that as well, so that everyone's welcome that wants to socialise in the bookshop. Is there live entertainment, as in poetry readings, author reading from their current works, lectures and literature? Yes. 100% definitely yes. I think things like that are a great way to meet your literary heroes, your favourite writers, your favourite authors. There's a festival called Hey on Why that's literally built on people going to listen to interviews with authors on a stage. I mean, what bookshop in the UK doesn't have somebody come in at some point to do readings and things? I know full well, for definite, the 2 poets I would have in a heartbeat in my shop to do poetry readings would be Simon Armitage and Alice Oswald, and definitely for children, Matt Goodfellow, who my daughter likes reading the books of, and obviously Michael Rosen. Huge fan of Michael Rosen. It gave me a chance to meet him. And Quentin Blake. Yeah, you got to get the illustrators in there too. I think it's important because not only does it get their books out there to the general public, but it also means you get to meet, like I said, a literary hero, or if you're my daughter, someone who's written one of the books that she's got on her bookshelf, or Audible, because she keeps using my Audible. But yes, definitely. I think that's very important, and I think I've been to maybe once, a long time ago, I think it was in a library. It was a literature thing, like a lecture type thing, which was really interesting. But I think that was in a library. Where is your bookstore located? In the heart of a large city, in a neighbourhood of a large city, in a suburban strip mall, in a small town, in a rural area? Well, I think my shop would be in a small town or a village. You still get a little bit of footfall. You're still right where there are customers. You might even get regulars that come in a lot. There's a lovely little bookshop that I follow on YouTube called, is it Bookshop by the Sea? It's owned and run by Freya. She is so absolutely lovely. She's based in Wales. I think it's Aberystwyth. And she's like, you walk around the corner and the sea's there. And she's got a lovely busy little bookshop, very community based. Lots of things going on, like those walk around this town and find this clue in a shop window type situation. She takes part in that, and she's got such a beautiful little bookshop. And yeah, it is just really, really very pretty. So I'd have my bookshop in somewhere like that, because I just be nice to kind of be in the community, and in a small town or village, you just kind of get to know everybody, which I think is really lovely. How does your bookstore look from the outside? Sleek and modern, or dark and brooding? Neither, really. I like cozy, cottagey, countrysidey kind of vibes. So I'd want it so that when you look through the window, you saw lots of beautiful wooden bookcases and beautiful wooden floors and floral and or leather chairs. Beautiful, sorry, excuse me, beautiful big cushions, and in the children's area, that sort of thing. That's what I would envisage anyway. I don't like modern design anyway. I'm not a huge fan. I like traditional, so I think I'd say it's traditional, to be honest. What's your bookstore's speciality? Oh, also, going back to question number 7, I'd also sell art supplies and stationery. So looking through the window, you'd think, oh, there's a beautiful area for sketchbooks. I need a sketchbook. I'll just nip into this bookshop and buy a book and stay for a coffee or a tea or a cake or something. So yeah, I'd want it to be inviting and cozy and homely, with rugs on the floor as well, and that sort of thing. When you walk through the window, definitely homely and inviting. What's your bookstore specialty? Used books, new and used books, only fiction, only non-fiction, fiction and non-fiction? Does your store specialize in a particular genre? I would say, I think used and new, mainly because I think, places like World of Books and Awesome Books, which are an online store, and World of Books have also on their Instagram have literally said that they have saved books going to the tip, and they've recycled them because they have put them back into circulation to sell to so they're not left in landfill. I think we talk a lot about recycling plastic and paper and glass. What about recycling books, as in taking books that people no longer want and then selling them to people who do want an old new book? But also new books as well, because it might be that someone has a specialized book they want to get hold of, so you might, either shop might be able to do that, or I like the idea of helping new authors of whatever genre. I don't think you should just do one genre, because I think it kind of limits the people who go into your shop. I think a bookshop for all genres is perfect, although I think I'd have a nice big history section, being the history nerd that I am, and an art section as well. Something for everybody, really. That's what I like when I go into a bookshop. And if it's one specific thing and it's not really my thing, I'm not going to go in. But if it's a bookshop for everybody with every kind of genre in it, then I think that's a really good idea. And yeah, I wouldn't specialize in this very specific genre. Although I might kind of have like art and history at the forefront, maybe a little bit, but I would definitely have my shop for everybody in all different types of genres. This was a bit of a thinky one. What's the name of your bookstore? Now, I figured I would combine 3 of my favorite things. I was thinking the name of my YouTube channel, and I thought, it's kind of a bit, maybe. But then I thought, I know. What about art, books, and tea? Because you'd find things on art, you'd find loads of books, and you get to drink a cup of tea. So that, I think, is what I would actually call my shop. Yeah, art, books, and tea. And also, I think the type of the shop, there was a film, a Hallmark film, and I can't remember the name of it to save my life. I absolutely loved it. It was about an author who just wanted to write something different. He was a writer of, I think, fantasy novels. He goes to this small New England town and he tries to get his book, his newer book, out there with a pseudonym. but he ends up falling for the bookshop owner, and she's got the cutest bookshop. And I was like, oh, if only that was mine. I would love to go there. I'd love to live right by that bookshop. It was absolutely stunning. That's what I would have. I just can't remember the name of it. I think it was a Hallmark film, but actually for a Hallmark film, it was very good. I really enjoyed it. And so number 10 is tag people. I'd like to tag Lil's Vintage World, but I think she might be a little bit busy with her little one and her new puppy, who is absolutely gorgeous, by the way. And I would definitely tag books I'm not reading, because I think Kelly really likes book tags. When she gets around to doing book tags, I think she likes book tags. Bookines and Books, who is Elizabeth, I think she would like to join in on this as well. And when she's feeling better, if she fancies it, Julie of Bookish Travels, she's come down with the lurgy. It's that time of year. It's autumn. You know, it's getting to snotty children walking past you with God knows what. I don't call schools. I call them, what do I call them? Germ factories. Because my daughter, every winter, every autumn, just comes back with colds and coughs and colds. So yeah. So when she's hopefully feeling better, maybe she might like to join in on this too. Be interesting to see what they come up with, if at all, because obviously I know that Julian and Lil's Vintage World, they're really busy like me with Tudor Timber, which I am still doing Tudor Timber. I've just slowed down quite a bit because being really ill the last few days myself, I've not really been able to focus on reading. I've been listening to Audible, and I've been watching BBC 4 because my daughter's been watching a documentary on the Boleyns, and she's been enjoying it. So I am still joining in, just not as much reading as I was hoping to get done. Anyway, that's obviously a video for another time, and this was just this video for my dream bookshop. So if I was independently wealthy, I would have to be to actually own a bookshop in the first place, or win the lottery. If I could win the lottery tomorrow, I'd have a bookshop called Art, Books and Tea, and I would sell art materials and stationery as well. I would also have maybe art prints to sell, as well as books and things. And yeah, with nice ambient music, lots of tea and coffee, cakes and light bites. So anyway, I'm going to go and finish watching some stuff on YouTube. I've been watching Sinead Hannah lately. I've been watching her most of today. I've been really enjoying her unhaul video and her recommendations video. I have got 1 or 2 books that actually she unhauled. And I kind of thought, oh no, because one of them she unhauled. She sent to the charity shop, and funnily enough, it's a book that I bought because I'm a member of the folk horror revival group on Facebook, and the author of the said book is in that group. So anyway, I wonder if Sinead Hannah would like to do it as well. Be interesting to find out with her gothic horror tendencies what kind of a bookshop she'd have. That would be really interesting, actually. But yeah, thanks to Criminelli for giving me the idea to do this, because it was his video that I saw. So yeah, I'm going to hop off now because I'm now rambling. So if you want to find me, you can find me here on YouTube. You can find me on Facebook and on Instagram, and also on Goodreads. And on that note, good reading to you. Stay warm, stay safe, stay cozy, happy reading, and I will see you in the next video, which should be a Tudor Timber one, although maybe a different haul video. We'll see what comes first. I'll see you later. Bye bye, everyone.